Okay, now for your next speaker. And I'd like to say a few things about him. First of all, amazingly, he's one of the few people that in tech years, which are like dog years, he's been with his team for 100 years. And so also investors love him. So then why do they love him? Because if they find out that he used to be with the data center group with PMC when they were originally founded in 2002, but they were purchased in 2016 by Microsemi for $2.5 billion. And then just shortly, just a little while ago, they were then purchased by Microchip for $10 billion. So you can see why investors love him. He's the VP of Product Marketing, Product Strategy, and Application Engineering for the Data Center Group of Microsemi. Please welcome Andrew Diekman.
Thanks, Frank. So good afternoon, FMS. It's good to be here. As Frank mentioned, my name is Andrew Diekman. I'm responsible for marketing and our applications engineering team for the Data Center Solutions Group at Microsemi. So I'm here today to talk to you about empowering the Gen-4 storage transition. As we walk through this today, we're going to talk about some market trends that sort of form how we're thinking about our storage infrastructure solutions that we provide to the market. And as we walk through an overview of some of the exciting areas of innovation that Microsemi is investing in to enable better business outcomes for our end users, leveraging technology either directly from us or via one of our OEM partners. I'd like to start, though, by trying to answer the question, who are we? Who is Microsemi? So I'll start that by talking about Microchip instead of Microsemi, because as of 2 months ago, we were acquired by Microchip and are now part of Microchip Corporation. So a little bit about Microchip. We are headquartered in Chandler, Arizona. We have roughly 19,000 employees worldwide, roughly $6 billion in annual revenue, and service the market verticals of data center, automotive, industrial, aerospace, communications, and consumer. And as we go through this presentation, you'll see that the Microchip tagline of smart, connected, and secure align quite well to what we have been doing and continue to do in the area of data center solutions. A little bit of background in the heritage of the Data Center Solutions Group and the products that I'm going to be talking to you about. Our journey started back in 2002 when PMC Sierra formed the Enterprise Storage Division. And over the course of 14 years, through a lot of organic investment combined with some strategic acquisitions of Adaptec, the IDT flash controller business, and a licensing deal with HPE for their smart array technology, we became a leader in storage interconnect solutions built upon a reputation of technology leadership, engineering execution, and great technical support. And in case you haven't heard, the ongoing theme of industry consolidation continues in semiconductors. Microsemi acquired PMC Sierra in January of 2016. And just about 9 weeks ago, Microchip acquired Microsemi at the end of May of this year. So now we're part of the Microchip family. So a little bit of background about who we are. Let's talk about what we do in the Data Center Solutions Group. And it's probably best described by illustrating where we sit in the ecosystem. So in today's data center, we see rapid innovation in the area of storage media, with technologies such as TLC, QLC, and next-gen persistent memory technologies. We have compute vendors such as Intel, AMD, ARM, IBM Power, and NVIDIA, and others providing user choice for compute. Microsemi Data Center Solutions provide the interconnect, the solutions to connect, to manage, and to protect the data on the storage media. We provide solutions that connect, manage, and protect flash media directly with our FlashTech NVMe SSD controllers. We connect, manage, and protect SSDs and HDD solutions with standard NVMe, SAS, and SATA interfaces with our SwitchTech PCIe switches, our Adaptec RAID controllers, our Adaptec I/O controllers, and our SXP product line of SAS expanders, providing a comprehensive portfolio of solutions across the storage infrastructure space. So that's a little bit about who we are, where we came from. Now let's look at some of the key trends impacting the storage connectivity and infrastructure space where we provide solutions. So one point that we can probably agree on easily is that the pace of innovation is accelerating in the data center storage space. One of my favorite quotes from a 30-year storage veteran at one of our large customers is that he has seen more change in storage in the last 5 years than in the previous 20. So okay, there's a lot of innovation, there's a lot of change. What does it mean for data center operators and equipment builders, and how can they leverage those disruptions to their advantage? Well, trend one is really the need for speed. And we talk about empowering the Gen-4 transition. The PCIe Gen-4 upgrade is coming. The ecosystem is starting to take shape, and we should expect PCIe Gen-4 production systems to be widely deployed in calendar year 2020. Microsemi announced multiple PCIe Gen-4 capable solutions at this show. We announced our PCIe Gen-4 capable NVMe SSD controllers. We announced our PCIe Gen-4 switches. We announced our PCIe Gen-4 RAID controllers. We announced our PCIe Gen-4 I/O controllers. So what is the so what about PCIe Gen-4? Well, put simply, it doubles the bandwidth of the I/O between the storage and the compute subsystems. And this enables double the throughput and double the I/Os per second to the storage media. More on that later. We live in a diverse, multi-protocol, multimedia, multi-form factor data storage world. More than ever, flexibility is needed in the infrastructure. We need to provide highly programmable and configurable building blocks to base solutions on. SSDs are getting big. Here we have a picture of Micron's latest high-capacity SSD going down I-80. Capacity points are getting really quite amazing with 3D TLC, QLC NAND technologies. The NAND die capacities are continuing to grow, roughly doubling every 18 to 24 months, which are enabling extremely high-capacity devices. With 3D TLC and QLC NAND, 30 terabyte, 60 terabyte, 100 terabyte SSDs are possible. In previous years, we talked about the benefits of software-defined flash, which is the ability to customize the firmware of an SSD controller, optimize the operation of that device for a specific need in a specific target application. The programmable nature of Microsemi's flash controllers, coupled with our programmable PCIe switches, allow our customers to innovate and to optimize their designs around specific target applications. In fact, over 50% of the flash controllers that we sell go into these software-defined applications. We've witnessed incredible advancements driving down latency in media. Flash-based SSDs have reduced latencies from the hard drive world of milliseconds to less than 100 microseconds for traditional NAND. We now see fast SSDs like ZNAND and next-generation non-volatile memory like Intel's Optane devices, driving those latencies down into the range of 10 microseconds. And with continued innovation in next-gen memories, we have a roadmap to get to sub-2 microseconds. So latencies are coming way down. An important point to note, though, is that each innovation in this area does not come at cost parity. So as a result, various types of media will coexist for a long time. We need solutions to manage many tiers of storage, both traditional rotating media, as well as NAND-based SSDs and next-gen memories will coexist for a long, long time. Usage of GPUs within the data center are exploding. They're finding use cases in machine learning, analytics, predictive modeling, and this is driving the need for adaptable storage and connectivity infrastructure to handle a diverse application set for these compute systems. Finally, security requirements are increasing. Microsemi has had a long-term focus on data security. We are a pioneer in the area of data at rest encryption. For many, many years, we've enabled our partners to build secure data storage platforms leveraging our RAID and I/O controller technology to support line rate encryption technology for data stored within the server or the storage system. The overall market interest and requirements, both from end users as well as OEM partners around security, have accelerated dramatically in the last 12 months. The requirements are not just around securing the data, but around total platform security. And these requirements are non-negotiable for our customers and end users. So what is Microsemi doing to enable the market to take advantage of these key trends? Well, in our view, innovation is required across the storage ecosystem really in three key areas. The first being performance, the second being flexibility, the third being security. And we're really going to dig down into each of these areas in a little bit more detail and talk about specific innovation that Microsemi is bringing to the market to address these challenges and to provide solutions in these areas. So let's talk a little bit about performance. We have enabled a complete end-to-end PCIe Gen-4 storage subsystem with extremely low latency, extremely high bandwidth, and uncompromised transactional performance. We introduced the world's first PCIe storage switch back in 2016. We have now evolved this platform to support PCIe Gen-4 speeds. We continue to innovate with our FlashTech controller device family, and we just introduced the world's highest performance PCIe Gen-4 SSD controller. Both of these products have been announced within the past couple of days. They're here at the FMS show, and they're being demonstrated at the Microsemi booth on the show floor. So I encourage you to go there and have a look at these new technologies that we're bringing to market. Another key area of innovation for Microsemi is centered around extending the performance of PCIe Gen-4 enabled systems to lower speed drives. In a system using 12 gigabit per second SAS controllers and expanders, you are unable to take advantage of the bandwidth offered by PCIe Gen-4 because the SAS fabric itself is limited to less than 10 gigabytes per second. You can see in the slide here, 9.6 is the limit of the SAS fabric. So put simply, 12 gig SAS is a bottleneck in a PCIe Gen-4 infrastructure. So what can we do about that? Well, the good news is we have 24 gig SAS. So it delivers bandwidth matching between the storage media and the PCIe Gen-4 host interface. It doubles the bandwidth of the 12 gig SAS system at a comparable system cost. And the 12 gig SAS ecosystem is really starting to mature. Analyzers, cables, connectors, controllers, and expanders are all available for development this year. And we expect 24 gig SAS solutions to roll out to market coincident with the Gen-4 transition and be broadly deployed in calendar year 2020. So you can see here with the 24 gig SAS infrastructure, no longer is the network, the SAS network to the drives a bottleneck. We are able to fully saturate the PCIe Gen-4 interface. So what about drives? Do you need 24 gig SAS drives to take advantage of 24 gig SAS infrastructure? The simple answer to that question is no, you do not. We have an innovative technology we call dynamic channel multiplexing, or DCM, which eliminates the bottlenecks in the network even with lower speed drives. It delivers nearly 100% efficient utilization of a 24 gig SAS backbone, even when using slower speed 6 gig SATA or 12 gig SAS drives, for example. So in short, you do not need high-speed drives to take advantage of the performance benefits of a 24 gig SAS infrastructure. So let's talk a little bit about flexibility. Earlier in our trends discussion, we talked about the improvements in next-gen memory latency, which does come at a price. And also the fact that drives are getting bigger, and end user use cases are very diverse and changing. So it all begs for the need for a flexible storage infrastructure to efficiently share and assign resources. So Microsemi SwitchTech Advanced Fabric Switch, we call it the PAX device here, is a scalable and composable fabric that provides a solution to these needs. PCIe is a native interface on compute, as well as NVMe storage devices, so it offers a seamless connection to a high-performance, low-latency, low-cost fabric. I'm going to repeat that. It's a seamless connection to a high-performance, low-latency, low-cost fabric. The PAX fabric enables us to scale to hundreds of ports within a fabric and provide dynamic allocation of resources at will, where we can flexibly assign storage resources to specific hosts and change the mapping at will, all without rebooting the server. We use standard SRIOV capabilities available on the NVMe SSDs and totally standard inbox NVMe drivers, and we can even partition sub-portions of the drives themselves to share a single drive amongst multiple hosts, as is shown in the diagram here. So this really maximizes the utilization of high-capacity SSDs and allows us to dynamically allocate resources. It's also important to note that the latency of PCIe is an order of magnitude lower than Ethernet. So particularly for fast NAND, or next-generation storage class memory, the PAX PCIe fabric solution provides a performance disaggregation solution that simply isn't achievable with NVMe over fabrics. Of course, this architecture is easily extendable to allow resource sharing of other high-value compute assets, such as GPUs. Similar to NVMe SSDs, GPUs can be dynamically allocated or partitioned and shared across multiple CPUs using SRIOV. Microsemi sees the Gen-4 transition as an inflection point for the use of more NVMe media in traditional enterprise IT deployments that require rich data services offered by our smart storage controllers. The ecosystem is aligning around this transition due to advancements around drive connector standardization like U.3, backplane management like UBM, and the ongoing price declines of NVMe SSDs. We have integrated our Gen-4 storage switch directly within our Smart RAID storage controller platform to enable full line rate, uncompromised performance and connectivity to NVMe devices, while allowing for the rich data services like RAID across these devices. Our innovative programmable storage interconnect enables flexible use of NVMe, SAS, or SATA devices, all within a common system architecture and a unified storage architecture. Our fully programmable FlashTech NVMe SSD controllers provide ongoing adaptation to new NAND innovation, as well as offering a platform of ongoing software-defined flash solutions. This flexibility is important because the NAND vendors are accelerating their memory transitions. They're moving from TLC to QLC. The use cases for hyperscale optimized SSDs is emerging, driving the need to organize and optimize flash memory per workload. And our programmable platform enables feature fast tracking in advance of standardization of those features. So we really provide a complete firmware programmable architecture with independent programmability to flash channels, allowing you to optimize the SSD functionality across a single firmware architecture for multiple generations of NAND and preserve your investment there. So let's talk a little bit about security. Performance and flexibility don't matter without security. The first point that I'd like to make is that all of Microsemi's infrastructure products are engineered from the ground up for security. From the minute that a server is manufactured and throughout the entire life cycle of that server, Microsemi components ensure that the firmware is authentic and tamper-proof. Our line rate encryption support offers the most secure and most flexible security policies for managing access and ensuring that the data stored on any media, on any interface, is securely encrypted. And lastly, we offer an enterprise-hardened RAID data protection stack with our smart RAID storage adapters to manage and protect against data loss. So really, we have the building blocks for the most secure storage infrastructure available here. So we have a number of press releases that we've issued in the past week in conjunction with FMS that I'd like to highlight for you. We've announced our PCIe Gen-4 NVMe flash controllers products this week, are fully programmable and high-performance devices targeted at enterprise and cloud workloads. We've announced our PCIe Gen-4 switches that offer low latency, low power, and high reliability. And these devices are highly programmable and built upon the leadership position that we established with our PCIe Gen 3 storage switches that we brought to market in 2016. We announced the industry's first RAID and I/O controllers with PCIe Gen 4 and SAS4 support. We have support for, as I described earlier, a programmable storage interconnect, which enables connection to multiple different media types and protocols, all from a single enterprise-hardened smart storage controller architecture. And finally, we announced the industry's first 24-gig SAS expanders, which combined with our PCIe Gen 4 I/O controllers, unlock the full performance potential of a PCIe Gen 4 system by removing bottlenecks from the storage infrastructure and enabling high-performance systems even with lower speed drives. In summary, Microsemi is empowering the Gen 4 transition. We continue to innovate in the areas of performance, flexibility, and security. We're delivering latency-optimized, composable, programmable solutions which eliminate storage bottlenecks and collectively provide a trusted platform for the next-gen data center. In conclusion, please come and visit us at booth 213. You can see demos of all the new products and technologies we've described in this session. We're very excited about our opportunity to continue to innovate across the data center storage infrastructure space. And on behalf of all the engineers working hard on these solutions, thank you very much for your time, attention, and support.